Round 5, number 1 on your power rankings.
Yeah, Arkansas has got to feel like they're being picked on when it comes to review officiating this season. That continued on Saturday. A couple different things, and you and I were in the studio together. This, first of all, was not called a fumble initially. They went back and reviewed it. It was deemed to be a fumble, but it was said that there was no clear recovery, although an Arkansas player comes out of the pile with the football. I mean, you're going to have to tell me what clear and immediate recovery means. And then this one here, Catalan, man, I mean, it looks to me like he's trying to even almost turn his body to get out of the way of that impending contact that took place. I don't think there was intent there. We talked about it earlier in the show. There's got to be, in addition to the targeting call, some sort of intent, whether it's like basketball with a.
It's simple. It's a targeting 1 or targeting 2 penalty. What Catalan had there should have been targeting 1. If you want to call it, you call it, right? And just, it's to protect players, and I get it. But it wasn't egregious, and it wasn't as if he was launching and trying to hurt someone. In fact, that's the whole reason why he turned his body, and it's a bang-bang play. And unfortunately, I know they need to have just a simple rule change and say, all right, first down, you stay in the game, it was inadvertent. But if you show that you were head hunting, which I think is decreased now, then it's a targeting 2, you're out of the game, and you have to set out the next
That was the intention of the call initially having such punitive results there was that they wanted the intent to change the behavior, right? If you're gonna target somebody, you're gonna be disqualified for the remainder of the half or the next half. Like, those are things that's a big penalty for a guy when you're only able to go out and this year play 10 games and you're going to miss a whole half of football. That's going to change behavior, which I think, to your point, we've seen a lot of awareness from the tacklers these days in not lowering their heads or not launching themselves. So I think it's had the effect they wanted. Now it's time to change and deem whether or not there was intent that was there.
Let's go one step further and talk about SEC officiating, because here's the truth. We got the best coaches in the country. We have some of the best players. We have some of the best facilities. Definitely have the best hosts on the best network, right? There needs to be a better job of officiating in this conference. And there's human error. And again, I think the SEC and their officials would say the first thing, but it cannot continue to be this way.
I think we also need to point out that just like the players and coaches, they've been impacted by no spring, where the officials are usually out on site working in the spring, working together in the off-season and camps and stuff. They had very limited time together, so I think that's hurt them. But the problem that I have is review is designed to fix the issues that are on the field, that human beings are going to make mistakes in live action that are happening that quickly. To me, this year, the review officiating is what's failed in 3 or 4 different instances with big calls that were not deemed to or not able to get the right conclusion,
the right call, right,
as it should be, you know?
And again, I don't think that anybody in Birmingham and the league offices are going to disagree with that. And the fact that they want to get it right. So it's not as if anybody's sitting in an ivory tower and, you know what, let them eat cake, it's no big deal, and Arkansas, whatever. They want it to get better as well, too. But at the end of the day, you have to produce. And if we're saying that coaches have to produce in order to keep their job, players have to produce to keep their scholarships, and everything other facet of it, we need better replay officials, or at least a better process this year. I'm willing to right, and I think there's something that they need to address going forward, and I'm sure Greg Sankey wants that as well too.
Yeah, I mean, I think there will be a lot that is reviewed after the season on how the process is playing out. This was, I believe, the first year where the SEC offices are involved in the review, right? Where you're having them communicate at the SEC home office in Birmingham with the folks that are on the field, in an effort to make sure they're getting the play right. And I've actually felt like this year we've gotten less of those reviews right than we had in the previous seasons.
Yeah, again, it just goes to summarize 2020. I'm told GR